Okay, I got this question 2 days ago, talking about I want to start a new business. How do I go about it? Very important, beautiful question, actually. Couple things here that I think you need to look at. Um, I think I'm going to do part one and part two of this so that we'll do more justice to it. The first thing you need to do is to conduct market research. Conduct market research. Don't just make up your mind, I want to sell this product. Let me now go into. No, first of all, ask yourself, what is the right product? The first question should not be, how do I do well in this particular product? No, the first question should be, what is the right product? What is the right business for me? Conduct market research. And the right products has to do with the need of the people in that environment. What is right in environment A may not be right in environment B. Very important. So, where is the location of the business you want to start? Conduct market research. Market research has to do with a lot of things. Location is important, just like in real estate. Location is important. The person, the place, the packaging, the product, the pricing, the P's, the 5 or the 6 P's in business are important. So market research is critical. It is important. It's the first thing you need to do. It has to do with the affordability of the people in that area, the accessibility of the people of the product to them. If you're into industry or into whatever, into company, you also need to look at the cost. If you are clearing your goods from a wharf or port, and you're taking it to hundreds and hundreds of miles away or thousands of miles away where your company or your industry is located, guess what? You're spending so much money on fuel, on diesel, on tear and wear, on whatever. So again, locating your business needs to be in an area where it's easier to get the raw materials or easier to get the things that you need. So it's important. Market research is very critical. It helps you to understand whether it's industry, whether it's product, whether it's service, any type of business you want to render. You need to go into market research. Market research is what you can call, some people do apprentice, for some years before they are now settled by their master. These things are a form of research. The more they do it, the more they understand the business. Research is basically understanding what you want to do before you now go into doing it. Another thing you need to do is writing a business plan. Business plan is absolutely important, non-negotiable actually. You need to sit down and write a business plan. In writing the business plan, you're actually writing how you want to start, what you want to do, how you want to do it, how you want to get the money for it, where you want to locate it, what do you think will be the initial risk, initial threats, what do you think is your own strength as you go into that business, what do you think is your own opportunities in that area. Business plan is absolutely important. The funding also comes into the business plan aspect of it. How do you get the initial capital, the startup capital? How do you manage it? Who is going to help you? Those things are very, very important. So you don't just start a business, you don't just dabble into it because others are doing it or because you think somebody is doing well in it, therefore you think you will also do well in it. It is important that you sit down and write your business plan. Business plan is not necessarily that you must use pen and paper, even though it is very important. But you can also, in your head, articulate it and maybe write bullet points and study it. Those who do apprentice, they don't write dissertation, they don't write thesis, but they are writing it in their brain, in their memory, and they're getting themselves ready for a good business. The other thing you need to do is funding a business. This is a whole topic of its own. I'm going to look at it another time. But how do you fund a business? How do you get money? I've done something on loan, but how do you get money? How do you fund it? It is important. You need to ask yourself that question, because if you don't have enough to fund the business, then you might have problems. But again, what is enough? How much is enough? See, how do I put it? The volume of the business might determine what you need for it. If you want to start big, then you need a lot of money to fund the business. If you want to start small, you may not need as much as you would have needed to fund the business. So, what is the volume? How do you want to start? It's very important, given your situation, so that you don't go spend your rent or your children's school fees on a business that you're not even sure how it will do at the end of the day. The other thing here is location. I just talked about location briefly earlier. Location is critical. Location is critical. If you take Rolls Royce or Bentley and go to a very poor area and you want to sell it, even if you sell it 90% discount, people may not be able to afford it, because 90% discount might still come down to 50 million naira, because you have removed, let's say, 950 million from the price. But even that 50 million is still impossible for the people in that area to afford. Maybe if you take the same Rolls Royce or the same Bentley to another location and sell it 5% discount, people might rush it because they have the means. So location is important. Location has to do with the people in the area and the need of the people in the area. Another thing I think you need to look at here is the structure. What type of structure do you want your business to take? What type of structure? I'm going to do a talk on structure because it's a huge topic on its own. What type of structure? How do you want to set it up? How do you want to set it up? The persons involved, the technology, the infrastructure, the real estate when it comes to building. How do you want to set up your shop? Your counters, your tables, whatever. How do you want to pack your goods? Are you packing in a warehouse and bringing out to a shop? Is everything together? Are you buying small as you're selling? How do you set it up? How do you set up your sales point? How do you set up so that people take from here, go over there and pay before they now leave, just to make sure people are honest and sincere when they enter your shop? These things are very, very important. Structure of a business is important to articulate it well even before you start. The other thing here is business name. Maybe I should have started with business name. But business name is important. What is important is that it is the first thing people hear or see about your business, and the name speaks a lot. That's why people don't just give their children name anyhow. They think about it. Sometimes they pray over it. Names it has to be catchy, and it has to be speaking to that particular product or business. Names that people can remember. It cannot be too long, and it cannot be something that can easily be forgotten. It cannot be something negative. It has to be something appealing, something catchy, something people can return to, and something that promotes the type of business that you want to do. Registering your business, this is another topic altogether. It has to do with the location, the country, the city, wherever you find yourself. The laws in that area should guide you. But it's important to register your business. Many a time people think that it's too expensive, and then you start. Before you know it, when you start doing well and you now want to go and register it, guess what? Maybe another person has registered business in that name, and now it's difficult, impossible for you because another person has the name already. What can you do? What can you do? Start changing them when people already know you with that name, know your business with that name. It becomes difficult, impossible. So it's good as you're starting. Just do the expenses, register your name, your product or your business, get the certifications, get the whatever in your country, in Nigeria, NAFDAC, in America, FDA, whatever the names are. If you're in pharmaceutical industry, get the proper documentation, legal backing. So that if anybody wants to threaten you, guess what? You know that it's not just government that will come to disturb you. Even your competitors in the market might want to bring you down. They might want to find a way to bring you down so that they alone will be in the business. So that when they try it, you're covered already legally. So hopefully some of these few points will be able to help you as you think about starting a business. There's so many things, so many points to discuss when it comes to starting business. But let's look at these ones just in this part one. I'm going to do part two again to continue to discuss, starting up a business. As you start, may God bless you and may God grant you your heart desires. Amen.